Hello, everyone. Welcome to this week's episode of EN Explains, a video segment we put on where an EN engineering expert helps dissect a utility topic for us to make it easier to understand. This week we have with us Steve Parr. Steve is EN's Business Development Manager for the West Coast region. Steve, how are you today?
Good, Don. How's it going?
Doing great, man. Hey, Steve, this week we're going to be talking about a process called utility system hardening. Can you explain what that is to us?
Yeah, absolutely. So system hardening is, really a proactive approach to increase system resiliency and ensure that utility systems remain functional during adverse conditions or severe weather events. So, in some places throughout the country, certain weather events are more impactful and destructive than others. Think hurricanes and flooding in Florida, Texas, even the Northeast, tornadoes in the plains, fires out in the West Coast, each having their own significant impact on the electric system, which can lead to long duration outages, millions of dollars in damage, and most severely, potential public safety concerns.
So how do utilities go about completing the system hardening?
So hardening programs can take on a whole slew of different forms. Probably the lowest hanging fruit, and no pun intended here, is vegetation management. Removing sticks and debris from overhead power lines that have the potential to bring them down. Kind of second to that is structural hardening, and so the practice of upgrading current, likely dated transmission and distribution poles, cross arms with stronger materials, or providing additional support in the form of guying. In Florida, for example, you'll notice many more concrete poles than wood poles, which has been a hardening initiative they've been doing over the past decade.
So how does the average electricity consumer, how do they benefit from this?
So hardening programs can have a really significant impact on the average electric consumer, especially in areas with high likelihoods of severe weather events. By implementing these programs, utilities can mitigate long duration outages and are also able to restore power more quickly in these severe weather events. Now this isn't just for areas with crazy, weather. Right? I grew up in Ohio. Last I checked, we didn't see a hurricane or a tornado in my hometown. But even the practice of undergrounding critical circuits can help reduce the potential for heavy snowfall, which then in turn brings down power lines.
So Steve, how can EN Engineering help utilities with the system hardening process?
So we've been upgrading distribution systems across the U.S. for upwards of a decade now. In doing so, we have a lot of the know-how to help assist utilities in these hardening programs, whether it's structural hardening or undergrounding initiatives. Most importantly is the upfront planning and analysis work that's done to determine which circuits should be focused on, the feasibility of hardening that infrastructure, and of course, can it be done without breaking the bank? So a lot of our folks have the expertise from working at a utility. That allows them to know the problems that clients are facing to help them navigate that upfront work associated with implementing a hardening program to ensure that they get the greatest benefit.
So Steve, thanks a lot again for joining us this week and helping us to understand system hardening a little bit better. For those of you watching online, feel free to comment or like and get entered into a contest to win a gift card. So Steve, thanks again. Have a great week.
Thanks, Dan.